But Randa, you still haven't told me a funny story.
I don't think I have a funny story right now.
You're an interesting person. Why are you lying for?
Randa is funny. Like her life
Exactly.
is
But
funny.
she's stingy with her funniness. She's not letting everyone in on her funniness. She only
Mm-hmm.
lets her close friends, and only Yasmin classifies as that.
No
I
one
got
heard
the
it.
power. I got the power.
Well, TikTok video, just
No,
that
wait,
clip.
can you refine the lyrics? Can you say instead of power, can you say power?
I got the power. I got the power.
Okay, Randa,
Okay,
go.
we can start on that note. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Wait, I'm supposed to say Assalamu
Alaikum
alaikum or
assalam.
hey. I haven't done this in a really long time.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hey guys, on this week's episode, it's actually not an episode, it's a mini-sode. And we're gonna be answering we're not really strangers questions. And so I'm gonna be the moderator. I'm gonna be asking the questions. I'm ready to end these people's careers.
Wait, do you want to explain what we're not really strangers? Are?
And so basically these questions are, if you guys want to follow We're Not Really Strangers on Instagram, they basically make a bunch of like little game cards where you can ask people questions, and they're usually questions about things that people generally don't talk about. So they're like digging deeper questions. So the first one, I feel like I'll take it a bit easy on you guys. This one's it's not really that. This one is, why do you think we met?
I can answer that question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I joined the MSA, and unfortunately, I met all of you. So
That's literally what I was gonna say. I'd be like, because the MSA exists at our university.
Okay, but why do we think we met? Like, why do you think we all decided to join the MSA?
I have it.
Why do you think we all decided to go to the same university? We joined the MSA and we ended up crossing paths. Why do you think that happened? Like, what have we gained from that interaction?
You know,
You know, it's like nothing. Zero.
Wait, hold on,
Randa.
but you got a pretty good roommate. Just saying.
no, I didn't. This man's scared of tarantulas. I want a tarantula.
Sorry, if we're gonna pull the lease card, that's also in your lease. You're not allowed
I know.
to
He actually asked the landlord like day one. He's like, "Is he allowed to have pets?" Because I really was dead serious about getting a tarantula. He's like, and the landlord's like, "No." And then he's like, "See, the landlord said it, not me." End of discussion. No tarantula.
Faizan, if he gets a tarantula, just move out. Honestly, it's not worth it.
Sweet. I'm getting a tarantula.
Dude, the
I can buy a house
tarantula is moving
myself.
out. Hold on. Why is the tarantula? Why are we talking about this? No. Yasmin, go ahead.
Okay. So
Okay. So I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh no, I remember. So Randa, remember when you told me like there's like this concept where like everyone's soul was together or something, and like we had all met before, and or something like that, and now we're like, cause like I don't know about like, but like sometimes I have this feeling that I've known you all for like not for a year, but for a really long time, right? And yeah, Randa, you explain it because you explain it better. I'm not
so
gonna
basically
explain it.
there's this concept. So there's this one hadith that the Prophet ﷺ said, and he was just like that, like the like souls that knew each other in because like our souls all exist, like before we were human beings, our souls exist in a realm, and the souls that like vibed with each other in that realm will vibe with each other in the earth as well. And so it's basically just that concept that like some people you meet, you feel like you've known them forever because you could have possibly met them in another life, basically.
To kind of answer the question from a less philosophical perspective, to kind of building off of what Mido was saying of like why we all join like the same club or whatever. I sincerely think this is from my experiences. I think we were all missing something from our current social circles, or we didn't even have social circles, where we automatically defaulted to this one sort of entity, which is the MSA, going in totally blind, not expecting what we were expecting at all, and just hoping for the best. And I think this is a result of that hope and expectation, and that absence in our social lives.
Yeah, my family was scared because I was becoming whitewashed, and so yeah, I was like, okay, I'll do it. But yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I think my answer would be like Faizan's answer for sure.
Mine is interesting. Like I agree with Faizan, and like it's interesting because like while yes, I started being more active in the MSA in like 2019. I tried to join it in 2018 to try to be active, but like the people who helped, the people who were my supervisors didn't really help or give me the opportunity to socialize with anyone in the MSA. Therefore, technically, I joined the MSA a year earlier, but I didn't know anyone other than the president. So
You
yeah.
know why you didn't join that year? Because
Why?
if you would have joined that year, you would have already made your friend group. And when we joined the next year, you would be like, I ain't got time for y'all. And then you would have
Yes.
been friends with us.
100%. So truly fate.
And now we're just assuming that we were better than the other people. Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Awkward silence. But does
Okay.
anyone know awkward turtle?
What?
Awkward turtle. Whenever there's yeah. So no, you put your hands on top of each other, right? Why are you going? Why is your pinky out, bro? Pinky's in, and then you go like this. What? Listen, one on top of the other. There's
Wallahi.
no this. It's just this.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just go
My
like
nail came off.
that. So yeah, you go like this, and you go like this, and then whenever like there's awkward silence, you just go awkward turtle, and then like people laugh or like someone comments go like you're stupid, but at least the awkwardness is gone. So
Mhm.
there you go.
Okay, Mido, you just caused more awkward silence by doing your awkward turtle. So like,
mean-
how effective is it really?
Considering everyone's been laughing and we had a wonderful learning opportunity right now, I don't consider that awkward.
That's how you know he's a teacher.
Facts.
Next question. What is your most toxic trait you can admit to? And if you guys don't want to answer these questions, I can move on to the next one. But
Toxic trait.
I know.
okay, go.
I
think
swear
do
a
too.
lot. Like truckers look at me and they're like, "You swear too much."
Yo, okay, you have cut down on that way like a lot though.
Thank you. I've been trying.
Yeah.
I've been trying, but like I remember like after a soccer game that really pissed me off. Like I was walking, and like literally like in a second I pulled out like 7 swear words.
Listen, we were walking from the rec center to UCC. For anyone that doesn't know, that's about a 10-minute walk. I think half of his vocabulary was words that are not PG-13. Or like he was pissed.
Funny enough, we won the game.
Then why were you mad?
Because the referees sucked. The other players were too aggressive. Like everything just was sucky, and I was like, that wasn't a soccer game. That was a wrestling match.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. But yeah, no,
so
kudos to you though. You've cut down on that like a lot.
thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, so 100% that's toxic because like as soon as I start swearing, other people feel the need to compensate by swearing as well, and then it just becomes very bad. So don't swear, kids. That's bad.
That's how you know he's a teacher.
Oh my god.
I think for me, honestly, it's I think I hold high expectations of myself, but I also hold high expectations of the people around me. And which is obviously not good because you don't want to have you don't want to have high expectations of the people around you because they don't really owe you anything. And so that becomes like obviously a lot that leads to a lot of feelings of like you being let down. And actually, you know that that monthly lecture thing that they had this past welcome week, and then Dr. Weil was talking about like how like your friendships you should always like keep like a certain distance to it and like not expect certain things. That really hit home for me because of that. Yeah.
Yasmin, do you want to go next?
For me, I think it's sometimes like I don't do it intentionally, but like I tend to like interrupt people while they're talking and I want to talk too because
What'd you
like
say?
I think they're done, but but it's not like intentional. And like I'm like whenever I'm like talking, like I'm trying to think about when are they going to be done so I can join in. But yeah, that's something that I need to work on.
Randa, answer it because you didn't answer.
I was gonna ask the next question.
No.
No.
This girl trying to be like, I'm an angel.
Okay. My toxic trait is that I can't confront people. Like I can never confront people. It's so bad. Like, but my mechanism to cope with that. So like Miro, for example, you do something that like really, really gets on my nerves. Like you really push my buttons and I'm just like, this man, like, okay.
Wait, is that an example? Like you actually have something in mind?
No, it's an example. Example.
I don't know if her saying no is just her inability to confront or she truly means it. Now I'm gonna be thinking about it.
Okay, so to deal with that, instead of going to the person and being like, yo, this really bothered me, we can have a civil conversation about it, I just ghost people. Like I just distance myself to the point where like the connection is lost so that I avoid that confrontation. And it's so bad. It's so
seen it firsthand, and I've I've called you out on it so much. I'm like, why don't you say anything? And then she'll just change the topic or something, and I'll just be like, bro, what the heck?
Like I don't have an issue with people confronting me, which is really funny because like I always tell my friends, like if I ever do something that triggers you, please tell me, because I don't want you to keep that inside of you. But for me, I just like store everything, and then at some point I'm just like, yep, this is done. I just ghost. Moving on. It's so bad, very toxic. People out
This
there.
is a little
I have so much to say
contrary
right now.
Wait, this is a little contrary to the example you gave of Mido, but from what I've noticed, Mido is actually very good at that. So if you need tips, go to him.
Oh my god. Yeah, all of my friends are really good with confrontation. Is that how I choose my friends? I don't know.
Is
I
that,
don't know,
yeah,
but
maybe in your mind you're like, I'm not gonna have a problem with these people, so
Mhm.
that's my criteria for friendship.
Maybe.
By the way, we should probably like do an exclaimer. By confrontation doesn't mean I like fighting with people. It just
Yeah. Yeah, like for example, like what I was referring to was like I live with the guy, right? And so sometimes like I'll do something or he'll do something, which like obviously we're not used to because like we've not lived with each other before. Like we have no issues being like, hey man, like you did this. Like
Mhm.
I'm not getting mad or anything, but like just make sure you don't do this again. Or if they do it again, I'm like, hey man, just don't do this again, whatever.
Mhm.
And it's like very like, casual. Yeah.
And it actually makes it really easy. Like speaking of roommates, like one of my roommates, she's also that type of person, like she's transparent, and it makes life so much easier when you're just transparent about how you feel, because it's really not a big deal. Like be transparent with me, I'll be transparent with you, we can like live in peace with like that. But my brain doesn't understand that sometimes. Okay. Ooh, what would your younger self not believe about your life today?
I know.
Mhm.
I'm a teacher. Literally, I hate teachers growing up. Like I remember first year undergrad, whenever you go back to visit your old teachers. So I
Mhm.
remember visiting my old teacher, and then one of the teachers goes, what do you want to be? I'm like, I don't know, still figuring it out. He's like, you should be a teacher. I was like, ew, no, straight to his face. I was like, no thanks. I don't want to deal with a bunch of kids all day. That was literally 100%. That's what I told him. He's like, you got good benefits, and he starts selling me on it. I'm like, listen, like, stop trying to convince me. It's not happening.
You should
Fast
call
forward,
him and be like, yo, I'm a teacher now.
fast forward 5 years later, it's like, kids, listen, be a teacher.
I love peppers. Honestly, yeah, peppers. Because when I was a kid, I used to hate peppers. I used to pick them off of a pizza. I used to pick them off of everything. Each time I would eat a pepper, I would gag, literally. So I can't believe myself. Yeah, it's peppers.
I love how these questions are supposed to be super deep and we're just
Yeah,
like
just like peppers.
surface level.
We
Like
all
I
hate
don't know
I
peppers.
answered my
Okay,
question
this-
properly. Some people on the actual podcast team don't know how to answer questions. That's not my responsibility.
Oh, bro.
What would my younger self not believe about me? Probably that I'm back in Canada. Like I never expected to be back here. But also, I would have never expected to be getting the degree that I'm getting right now. So there's that.
What degree are you getting? Because you keep changing from second to second.
I'm in
What's the latest trend?
I'm in biophysics. So
Cool. Good luck.
thanks, man.
I think there's been a lot of personality changes in myself from like when I was younger. So I was definitely not very I actually the idea of like putting myself out there on the internet, even though this is like some variation of that, it's not like totally out there, was always very scary to me. I think also just like opening up to people, being more social, having more confidence, like all of those things were things that I never valued too much. And I thought that, they're super overrated, whatever. I don't need to do this. I was like a very like what you would consider like a very traditional introvert, and that's what I was. And I think I still have elements of that, but I think a lot of that has changed from when I was younger.
I can't say that simply because like Instagram was launched in 2010, which I was like when in 2010, like I was in grade 10, grade 11. So I was like I remember, oh, Instagram, that's so cool. I took a picture of a tree and I did the million hashtags. That was my generation. So yeah, social media is not my thing, that's for sure.
This one is super, super vague. I'm gonna ask it and we'll see what comes out of it. Admit something.
I know I joke about this a lot, but I honestly sometimes really, really, really do wish that we had another guy in MPL. Like I know I joke about it a lot, but like really, truly, honestly, that is something yes.
I thought that was very apparent. I never thought you were joking. I thought you were serious.
Yeah, I never thought you were joking either.
Yeah.
And I low-key agree. Like not
Yeah, I agree. I agree too.
But yeah. And like an extension of that would be, I've never considered this seriously, but the thought of just like sometimes just like quitting MPL has crossed my mind. Nothing has happened, or like you guys haven't done anything, I swear. But just that thought has crossed my mind. I'm just like, hey, you told me to admit something, so I'm admitting something. But it's nothing serious. Don't need to be alarmed.
Are you allowed to have the same like am I allowed to admit the same thing?
Mido, you're our therapist. Don't worry. You can.
Yeah, why are you messaging on the chat? You know you could just say that.
I don't want to interrupt. Y'all are talking about deep stuff, and I'm like,
But,
I'm a guest. Hi.
Guys, 2 more nails fell off.
Why are you pulling them off?
No, they just like snapped off.
She's just admitting something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've always wanted to run away to England and become British and never tell anyone about my past.
Wait, are you being serious or are you joking? I can't tell.
No, I'm being dead ass serious right now.
Why
Yes.
England?
Because I love the British accent, and it's nice. Who knows, maybe I get to see. I always had this thing too that I was gonna marry Prince Harry and all that kind of stuff too.
He's already married.
I know.
He wants a second wife.
He needs to convert to Islam. But yeah.
Meghan Markle, who was on Sweets. Yasmin, who was on MPL.
Sweets.
Suits. My bad.
This you can't remove this. You can't remove this.
Suits, whatever. So you have Meghan Markle, who was on Suits, and then you have Yasmin, who was on MPL. It's like, same thing. I'll take the L. I'll hold it.
Oh God.
But yeah.
Okay,
I actually know what I can admit.
Mm-hmm.
Before 2 weeks ago, I've never watched a single MPL episode ever, and I never ever had interest to.
Yes, this guy actually, I feel so happy that like I'm partially responsible for converting him. Now he'll be like doing something. He's like, "Yo, can you like send me like an MPL recommendation?" I'm like, "Do you want a release episode or like an exclusive episode?" He's like, "You know the answer to this already." And so this guy's already watched like 5 or 6 episodes that are set to go out like in the future. But
Yeah, and like I never had the interest to, but then like I was like, this was like before you guys released the first impressions one, and I was like, let's watch that, because I was in the mood to laugh. So then I watched that and I was like, you know what, this actually can be funny. And then I watched one with, what's her name, Rawa?
yeah, that one was a fire episode.
Yeah, I was like, wow, this is actually amazing. Like I was like, wow, this is so good. So then I was like, yo, I gotta jump on the MPL bandwagon.
What bandwagon, bruh?
All 112 of you guys. But like, here's the thing. Having said that, I've never watched an episode. I've subscribed to everything, and like, I get notifications. I don't open them, but like, I get notifications.
You
So
have
just-
your notifications turned on? I don't have notifications turned on.
Wow.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll tell you guys this story. This is gonna be the thing that I admit, okay? Do you guys know what blood brothers are?
No.
My family
people
does not
who
know the
have the
story. If my
same
mom watches
law?
this episode, she's gonna start crying. Okay. Basically, blood brothers are when you like cut yourself, like two people cut themselves. and you, like,
Oh, yes.
Wait, explain.
Yasmin, did I ever
explain.
tell you this story?
You
Maybe.
told us the story.
I
But,
told
like,
you?
please, you told, yeah, but like, he doesn't know it, and it's actually a wonderful thing to admit to like MPL viewers. So
Wait,
start
Okay.
I don't know the
start over
story.
again.
So basically, I think this was in 2015. We went to Sudan and my parents were going to Hajj. So they literally like dropped us off in Sudan for 2 weeks. We were alone there for 2 weeks with my aunt, and then they were gone. And so one night it was a blood moon eclipse. So basically it's when the moon turns red. And so we were sitting on their balcony and we were like watching the eclipse, and the whole moon was like blood red. And I was like, yo guys, that's why they call it like the blood moon, because it's like the color of blood.
Wait,
And
who are
then-
you imitating?
Myself, I don't know.
Okay.
and so after that, I was just like, I was actually so dumb. 15-year-old me was just so dumb. I was like, what if we like cut ourselves and then we compare the color of our blood to the color of the moon to see if the naming is actually accurate? And I'm just like, anyways, the flaw in that thinking. And so then me, my sister, and two of our cousins, we all found like a little blade. We sanitized it on the stove. Guys, don't try this at home. Do we think we're gonna get reported for this story?
What do you mean we?
Okay, anyways, so then we sanitized the little blade, and then we like, the thing is, I couldn't trust myself to cut my own hand, so I trusted my cousin to cut my hand for me. Who does that? And so he cut my hand for me, and then he did his hand, and then we like shook on it. It was really weird. And then my sister did it with my other cousin. That's my story. I'm blood brothers with my cousins, even though we're already related. But yeah.
That wasn't enough. The genetically identical wasn't enough. You're like, no, we need to cut
Wasn't enough.
ourselves, share blood, possible and bacteria. But you know, it's cool.
Honestly, the things that happen in Sudan, I literally can't. Anyways, that's my story.
I think Darwin is in awe right now.
We're gonna do the what is your favorite part about yourself that's not physical, except we're answering for each other. Okay, my favorite thing about Yasmin is that like she always puts people first, and I know it takes a toll on her as an individual, but she still would much rather see the people around her happy, and she'll take that over her own happiness. And I always like, sometimes I have to yell at her for that, but
A lot of people yell at me for that.
but like it makes her a really good friend. Something else would be
This was Yasmin, because she's like she doesn't wanna smile. She's like,
okay, this is really weird, but I feel like she has a sixth sense as well. Like if I'm ever having a bad day, she'll always message me, and I don't know how that works. Like, do you get like a click in your head? I don't freaking know. But she always messages, she's like, how are you doing today? Like, I hope you had a good day and stuff like that. And it only happens when I'm having a bad day. So
is it possible that every time she messages you, you have a bad day? That's what I'm getting from it.
imagine every day is a bad day and she messages me every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding from this. Every time she messages you, you become, oh, I'm having a bad day.
Listen,
No.
knowing her, she probably messages you like every hour, so you might need some help.
Oh God.
Oh my God, yes. Yo, this is probably my favorite thing.
Like, yes, you
is
need help.
again going no going
That's
back
what I
to the
understood it as,
point
honestly.
going back to the point previously that I talked about confrontation. I feel like Yasmin is one of the very few people that I could be that I can confront. Like, I don't have an issue being like clear with her. And I really appreciate that. Like, it makes my life so easy, takes off so much stress. So yeah, thank you for letting me confront you. I'm kidding. But just thank you for being like a transparent person.
You know, as a teacher, I'm gonna have to say, read between the lines. Yasmin's your punching bag.
What?
Yasmin's your punching bag.
No.
That's what I'm understanding.
No.
she's like, you can't handle talking with everyone else, but you found your punching bag.
No, you know, that's the things that I wanted to say. Like, I'm like, I have so much to say, but I can't say because the things that she bursts to me, like sometimes I just laugh and I'm like, you seriously have a problem just because of the way the person talks? Like, seriously, Randa? Seriously? Like, she'll just message me. She's like, is it just me or just this person? Like, the way they talk just like really, really annoy me. And I'm like, yeah, man, same. Like, totally.
Okay, but you agree with me. Like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, man.
I feel like I'm never gonna talk in front of Randa ever again.
Yeah. Let me use auto-tune.
She's like, oh, the autotune that he uses is a wrong pitch.
Yeah, like you have to change it. Yasmin, you can
Uh,
I was gonna say you can give context to the story, but you can't.
No, I can't. I can't. Yeah.
uh,
What
Yasmin,
else?
feel
Okay.
free.
What I love about
Wait.
What?
Do we want like the girls to completely finish and then the guys talk?
No. Let's do pattern. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Randa, you talk. Choose either me or Faizan to talk about the other.
You go.
Okay.
Already talking.
What?
Since you're already talking, just go.
Yeah, I know. I like talking.
She's messaging Yasmin privately in Zoom. This guy's voice is so annoying, bro.
Considering she chose me, therefore your voice is annoying, not me.
True.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with, in terms of Faizan, I'm gonna say two things similar to Randa. Okay, number one, he knows this, is that like his ability to be super insanely organized, right? Like it could be something so like minimal, but this man, like he's on top of everything, right? And like as a teacher, I'm supposed to have that, but I don't. And like every time I look at Faizan, I'm like, yo, that's an insane quality. Because like I remember like we just wanted to like see who can run more during the summer, right? Right? Literally all it takes is me sending him like, oh, I ran 5 kilometers today or something like that, right? But no, this man made an Excel sheet. He told us like dates, speed, everything, and like all the data was organized. And then at the end of the week, depending on who ran more, right, there would be like a little comment on the side where it'd be like mocking the loser kind of thing. It's like, oh, Mido lost, ha ha ha, or Faizan sucks, ha ha ha, that kind of thing. So like he like did everything and like it was insanely organized. I wish like I could share it with you guys, but it was really beautiful. And like I noticed that's the way he deals with everything in his life. Everything is like super organized, super insanely like well developed. That's like pretty awesome. Because like we all, it's 100% a skill. It's not it's something you're born with. It's a skill. And like I wish I had that. That was something I actually do admire about you. That's number one. Number two is the like, for people who don't know, and like I know we said it previously, but me and Faizan are roommates, right? And I like having him as a roommate because like we we always like, in terms of praying, we always pray anything that everything together, right? As long as we're in the house at the same time, because sometimes I'm not at home, right? But we pray everything together from Fajr all the way to Isha, right? Like he would be like, yo, like let's pray Fajr at this time, and we're like, okay. So then you set your alarm, and then we all wake up. And like I think we've since August, from August, and today is October something, October 10th. We haven't prayed Fajr together 3 times.
Yeah.
Every other time we've prayed it. And those 3 times wasn't because we didn't like each other. It was simply because I slept too much, or he slept too much, or his alarm got messed up, right? I just named the 3 things. I slept once too much, he slept the other time too much, and another time it's just his alarm went weird, right? Yeah, exactly, right? And like I like that because it encourages me and constantly reminds me to like stay grounded and like always remember Allah. So I actually do appreciate that. So thanks a lot, buddy. Thank you very much. You motivate me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, Yasmin, your turn.
Okay. So with Randa, there's also many things that I really love about her. She is a very, very good listener. And within that, like she's
I can see. And she's sliding away. She's like,
and she
yeah.
and within that, like whenever you share anything with her, you piece of
Did you-
crap, you guys finish this quickly. I have to go. I have to go.
What
I have
happened,
to
Randa?
go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to take this seriously. Okay.
Okay, I have to go, guys.
Okay,
Like
go on.
literally, I have like 8 minutes left. Okay, so she's a very good listener, and then within that, like she doesn't judge. She like I can say anything to her, and like I will, and like sometimes like it's just the most sometimes I think it's like the craziest, most stupid things, but like I will call her and I will tell her, and she'd be like, sis, that's normal, that's okay, you know? And she does that hand thing. And then I'm like, when I know that she's really like she's being honest when she does like her hand gestures and everything like that. So yeah, so thank you for that. And thank you for always making me feel like I'm normal, even though sometimes I'm not, like, yeah. But she makes me feel comfortable in my own shoes. And I really, really love that. And another thing is that this girl, she never fails to make me laugh on like the most stupidest things. Like it was her birthday, and I'm like, can you send me a picture of the box? And like I meant like the gift box of the thing that I got her. This girl sent me the package box, and it wasn't as funny. It was just a box, and we just died out of laughter for no reason, and we were crying and crying and crying like the entire night. So just like even like the stupid things, like she never fails to make me laugh. And yeah, you always make me feel good. Thank you for being there, and thank you for being my best friend. Anyways, yeah.
You're done? That's it? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
C minus.
I love you, man. I love you. Okay.
I love you too, man. Love you too. Not anymore.
All right, so it's my turn. So honestly, I think you guys can probably attest to this as well. But one of the things that I really, really admire about Mido, and something that I personally really want to learn, is that he has this weird innate ability to connect with people so quick, and also in a way that they open up to him just naturally. And I don't understand that. I don't know how. Like a simple example actually was when I was going home with you in your like, you know, your brother was sitting beside me, and like I was doing some work for a bit, but then afterwards like you guys were talking as a family. I didn't want to intrude, so I'm like, I'm just going to continue doing like whatever. Like I could have easily just started a conversation. No, in theory, I could have just easily started a conversation with your brother, but that doesn't come natural to me. But once that's like sparked somehow, so you're like, yo, Faizan, like this is my brother, like he's in fourth year, like blah blah blah, then it starts becoming easier because you know the ice is broken. So you have this ability to like break the ice so quick and so naturally, and people just like kind of open up to you, and that's awesome. And I honestly like, I wish I had that, and I would love to learn that quality. Because it's super super helpful, not just from like a friendship standpoint, but just in general. Like, you know, if you have coworkers or whatever, that's just like a really useful quality to have, and you can expand your social circle that way. Another thing about you is that I noticed this when I started living with you, is that kind of going back to the confrontation piece, you do it in a way, but it doesn't, you address things that need to be addressed, but it doesn't come off as confrontational. It's always like we'll every time we go like try to pray together, we always have like 5 or 10 minutes of banter either before or after. We're just like laughing and doing the stupidest things, but he does it in a way where like it makes you feel like kind of like you're not the one doing something wrong. So like I think some like there was like we like our washroom etiquette was like just different. Like I use, you know, like I like to keep a mop in the washroom. I like to dry it after I'm done using, but he used like something else. And so there was this one thing where he just like, yo, like I'm not used to this type of style. Can you transition to like this type of style? And it wasn't just like very abrupt. It was just like us laughing and like having fun. And he just kind of like squeezed it in there. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, let's just do it. And for me, if I were on the receiving end of that, I would have to go through this entire like brainstorming process and be like, oh, I gotta talk to him at this point in time, this, and I gotta make sure I don't hurt his feelings and this and that. So he has an ability to like just connect with people that is insane, which I would love to learn. But yeah, man.
I'll hold this TED talk one day.
Okay, awesome.
So guys, this is the end. This is the end of the We're Not Really Strangers question card series. We're gonna have a part 2 with the real Nisha next time we meet. I don't know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.
Perfect.